Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is your girl, Dayna Patreace, aka the Black Fairy, and I am here with another video. Today, we are continuing our deconstruction into patriarchy with this video talking about something that happens to men that many of us didn't know about, right? We know about menopause, but today we're going to talk about andropause, okay? So I want you to like, share, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell so you never miss out on any new videos, and we're going to get right into it.
Yes, I fall in love with myself, and I want someone to share it with me. I want someone to share me with me.
So let's talk about it. For generations, society has told women that we expire, that after 35, our eggs turn to dust, our beauty fades, and our worth depreciates like, well, an old car. But here's the quiet part no one says out loud. Men actually have their own version of menopause. It's called andropause, and it begins much earlier than they'd like to admit. Around age 30, men's testosterone starts to decline about 1% each year. That drop doesn't just affect muscles or mood, it affects fertility, libido, and even the health of their children. So while men joke that women have a biological clock, theirs just doesn't tick as loud, but it does tick. And we're going to get into that. I want to show you guys the video that sent me on this mission. It is a TikTok video. Y'all know I love my TikTok, okay? I love the clock app. I love the tickety tock. Here's the clip.
Did you know that men go through their version of menopause called andropause? But it starts at age 30. Not 40 like us with perimenopause and eventually into our 50s when menopause actually sets in. Theirs starts at age 30. With a steady decline in their testosterone, they develop a cluster of symptoms called irritable male syndrome. So all this time we were raised to believe that we are the hormonal ones. We are the emotional ones, the irrational ones, driven by our hormones. But all of their aggression, irrationality, and irritability comes as a result of their version of their own menopause at 30? Oh.
So, yes, andropause. Right? Doctors rarely call it menopause. Why? Because it's for women. But the symptoms sound awfully familiar. Fatigue, low sex drive, mood swings, weight gain, and that creeping sense that something's changing. Only they're told, just to man the fuck up. But biologically, men experience a gradual hormonal decline that mirrors what women go through, just slower, quieter, and more socially protected. So while patriarchy told women to panic about fertility, men were allowed to age without accountability. Even their biology was shifting too. We've all heard it, right? Men can have kids forever. Celebrities in their 60s and 70s become fathers, and society praises it as some proof of eternal masculinity. But science is saying otherwise, y'all. In fact, after age 35, sperm quality drops significantly. DNA fragmentation increases. Motility decreases, and the risk of autism, schizophrenia, and miscarriages, yep, they rise. That's not women's biology, it's theirs. So when older men have trouble conceiving, the problem often isn't the woman's womb, it's actually the man's declining seed. And yet, it's women who get labeled infertile. Funny how patriarchy flips the blame like a bad magician's trick. And I have another video that kind of helps guide us into this next portion of the conversation.
What are they going to say when they find out about the study that just came out showing that the DNA in women's eggs basically stay the same their entire lives? However, men's sperm degrade as they get older. That's right, men have a biological clock. If you ever wanted to be a dad to a happy, healthy baby, the clock is ticking. Research is in, and it has found that as men cross into their 40s, there is a measurable increase in DNA fragmentation, mutation, and oxidative damage to sperm. And that doesn't just mean a drop in fertility. It means that men, as they get into their 40s, may still be able to conceive naturally, but it raises the risk of genetic anomalies, slower development, and even some health outcomes in their offspring. Imagine everything our ancestors went through just for scientists to finally prove not only is it the male who contributes to what the gender of the child ends up being, but the overall health, the development of the fetus, all of this can be linked back to poor sperm from the male.
So, yes, there is a sperm connection to pregnancy complications. Right? So here's actually where it gets even more interesting. Recent studies show that poor sperm quality can actually influence how a mother experiences pregnancy. Yeah, y'all, morning sickness, preeclampsia, miscarriages. Many of these complications are connected to sperm health. It's not just about getting pregnant. It's about the quality of what is fertilizing that egg. So when a man says, my swimmers are fine, you might want to sit this one out until he's had a real lab test done. Because the science is very clear. Fertility, it's a two-player game. And patriarchy has been pretending it's one-sided, and their side doesn't matter. I mean, patriarchy really is the best marketing agency in history at this point. It convinced men that aging made them distinguished, while convincing women that aging made us somehow obsolete. They called men silver foxes. They called women past their prime. But when you strip away the filters and the fragile ego, biology isn't sexist. It doesn't care if you're wearing a Rolex or, I don't know, a rosary. Once testosterone declines, it declines. And sperm doesn't age like fine wine. It more curdles, like spoiled milk. Oh, the irony. So maybe the real reason patriarchy hides andropause is because it would ruin the illusion that men are the internal standard of vitality. Now, I also want to talk about the mental impact of this. Because when testosterone dips, depression and irritability often follow. That grumpy old man stereotype, yeah, that's not just a personality, it's a hormone fluctuation. And because men are discouraged from talking about their emotions, many don't even realize what's happening to them biologically. Instead, they project, mostly onto women, partners, even society. They call women hormonal, when they're the ones fighting invisible chemical wars of their own. Imagine if men had been allowed to learn about their hormones with the same compassion women were forced to. How different would the world look if men had to track their mood swings and discuss estrogen therapy at brunch? I don't know, I can't picture it. But maybe the question isn't when do women expire, but maybe it's why were men never told that they do too? Because at the end of the day, you guys, fertility isn't about who lasts longer. It's about who's honest, about the process. Women have been dissected, tested, and pretty much blamed for every failed pregnancy and late period in history. But as science evolves, we're learning that men aren't as immune to time as patriarchy promised. Okay, their biology shifts, their hormones change, their fertility also declines. And maybe, just maybe, it is time for them to start setting timers on their clocks too. I don't know. Maybe this is the real equality patriarchy never prepared for. The realization that we all have expiration dates. It's kind of just written in different ink, right? And as a woman, and as women, we need to stop letting shame dictate our worth. And I think that we're learning that more and more every day. Even me, if you look at my channel, we have so much information now. And women are growing. They're breaking apart. They're taking control of their lives in a way that hasn't been seen. Men might finally have to face their own mortality without hiding it behind ours. So ladies, the next time someone tells you your clock is ticking, whether male or female, I should say man or woman, just smile. Say, sweetheart, so is yours. Anyways, this is my quick little report on Andropause. What did you guys think? Did you like the information? Have you heard it before? Is this your first time hearing it? What are you thinking? I would love to hear your comments and read them below. Please, again, with love and respect, because we don't do disrespect here, okay? That gets you blocked. But before you do, remember, like the video, share, comment, subscribe, and again, click that notification bell, y'all. I will talk to you soon. I love y'all.
Yes. I fall in love with myself, and I want someone to share it with me. I want someone to share me with me.